Hello, and thank you for joining our Fireside chats at the European Cardano community. I am Marcus, one of the core team members, and if you like what we are doing, please consider supporting our individual projects. At time of this recording, these are Davide's Rookies Game, Ricardo's Web3 user group, or delegating to my Cardano stake pool with the ticker birth to support us at Larissa Health. You will find the links to our guests and our projects below the video. Now hit the notification bell, give us a thumbs up, and enjoy this session.
I saw one of your videos and I was really impressed, and I was like Davide, but that was in a very busy time, and I'm not sure which exactly it was, but I was very impressed by the way how you present them. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's tough work, right? It's like where you do it and nobody really realizes it, and it's really nice to hear positive feedback on it.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Enjoy
Well, we
doing
had a lot of creators already here. We had, you probably know both of them. We had Farid from Dub Central. We had Josh from Leading Crypto. Of course, we had Pete from Le Cardano. Most of all of them.
Yep.
And
Nice.
we're glad to have you as well.
That's great. I love Dap Central, Pete.
Yeah, they're
Learn
great guys.
Cardano. That's great. Yeah, it just feel like there's got to be more people out there explaining this and exposing Cardano to the world, right? It's changed my life incredibly, and it just given me a different purpose for my life that I was unexpected, and so it's a way to pay back and like give back to that. So I'm excited. Went to the first Cardano summit there in Wyoming. That was just revolutionary. I actually drove all the way across the country in my truck.
Wow.
Excited for this next one. I missed Switzerland and I missed Dubai, but I'm definitely going to go to the next one. So I'm excited. Wherever it is, I don't know. Do you know?
Dubai as well. Dubai once more.
Dubai once more? Hey man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
It'll be
was
hot.
the first mover on the Switzerland one. I had COVID before everybody else. So
oh, jeez.
but everybody came back and everybody had COVID, I think.
Do we know where this one's going to be yet? Or has it?
Hey, Steven. Welcome.
Hello, guys.
So nice to have you here.
Prego.
Hello.
Piacere.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Fantastic. Where are you located now?
Right now, I'm in Thailand.
Okay.
Nice.
A little bit better than Australia. Oh, no, not that much, actually. What time is it there?
Well, no, it's 4 hours better. It's 12:30 instead of 4:30. So it's significantly better.
Okay.
Where, Davide?
Yes.
Perché sono anche italiano, vivo a Padova.
Really?
Sì.
No, we need to meet. Padova is not that far away from here.
Where are you?
I'm near Bologna.
Oh, vicino Bologna.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
We'll organize that. We'll organize that later. Sorry, I'll stop talking Italian now.
Okay, no, just because
How
the
long
other
have
guys
you
cannot
been
speak.
living in Italy?
Awesome.
I've been living in Italy for like on and off for 2 years, but like I'm Italian. I was born there. I am.
Oh.
Wow.
My mother's last name is Malatesta. My everyone in my family is Italian except for my dad's dad, who was Ward.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Otherwise, it's De Lorenzi, Malatesta, Da Fara. That's the other three of my family.
Ah, fantastic. Okay, cool. So then we need to have the next summit in Italy next year. I think Rome will be perfect. I mean, Cardano is named after an Italian mathematician, no? So we should have it here somewhere.
I just assume they pick the most expensive cities in the world. So my next bet is New York.
Or Venice.
Be great.
Or Venice would be good too.
Yeah.
I recently said to Davide, I think Italy is going to be like the next crypto country, right? Because
I hope so.
But from what I hear from his spaces, it's incredible what's happening there. It's so Italian, and so many companies coming from there. It's crazy.
Yeah,
And
we
I mean,
have,
just Fluid is a great example of that. You know.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The guys are doing really well. But
And they deserve it. They put years of work into it. I first met them probably 2.5 years ago in Milan. And I mean, like, to see how far they've come since they first were like thinking about their NFT lending platform is incredible.
We had them a couple of town halls ago, I think 1 month ago. Was nice. They are great guys. Should we start officially, guys?
Oh, we have already
Fine.
started. Just do a late hello.
Okay. Perfect. Hello. Welcome everybody to another fantastic fireside chat from the European Cardano community. Today we are so pleased to have a fantastic guest. We have Steven from VyFi. We have Derek from the Cryptofluency website, YouTube channel. That is one of my favorite lately. And we also have
Boris is there from Adaexchange.
Adaexchange. Is already here? I didn't see.
He's already here.
Okay, sorry. Didn't know.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hello, welcome there.
Thank you.
So we usually start reading our mantra. That is the same mantra as the global Cardano town hall, but with different European languages so that we can create more confusion and make it messy even more than usual. So usually it's me start, but Steven can speak a little bit of Italian, so I will delegate him to read the first line this time. Steven,
Benvenuti all'esperimento.
nice.
You sure? Oh, Boris.
Boss is there, so Boss, second line is yours.
Huh?
Boss?
Le
Okay.
show wrong? He said that.
Yeah.
Marcus?
Fehlende Dokumentation.
Somebody missed Gebra. That was me, sorry.
Differ greatly between iterations.
This
We want to go.
overload and inspire.
Our goal is to provide an asphalt and lovely environment for you to explore the highest potential de la colaboración humana.
Wonderful.
Okay, now we go ahead and remember everybody that in the end of this month, in the 26th, 27th, there will be the Catalyst launch event in Barcelona. We'll probably be there. It would be nice to meet everybody that can join us. We are also organizing a workshop to present or to work on our blueprints for other groups and community to work on and make life easier in the future for other communities and for us as well. So if you didn't register yet and you can join, please do that. And we also have our specific mantra for the European community that is made by our Marcus. So please take it away.
Yeah, keep your notes up to date. We're approaching further and further 9.0. So look in the repository. Try to study or learn something new and join Mithril. It's not that hard. It's really easy to install. It's not taking a lot of things away. Yeah, there are a few minor issues being discussed currently. There was an issue regarding the DDoS attack, a potential one, but with the current configuration that is being used, it's fine to be installed. It's not a big issue to install that. Try to study or learn something new every day. That's what we're here for. Support and connect with community members for different goals.
Is what we are doing.
Friendly and wise with words, even in anger. And share information without destroying dreams, people, or reputation. Thank you for being here and enjoy the fireside chat.
Thank you, guys. So we also remember that we host several different Twitter spaces in many different languages in the European Union. We have a constant space in Italian that we make. More or less 2 per month, which is nice. And we also starting having regular Greek spaces every first Monday of the month. The first one will be in April 1st. We would love to host other languages or spaces. So we are in talk with having Marcus for the German ones, but we would also love to have French and other kind of spaces. If you know somebody in the community that would like to do that, please get in contact with us and we'll make it happen. Thank you, guys.
And we're not talking about this Marcus, we're talking about the other Marcus.
Yes, exactly. It is here as well, anyway.
There's one who has much nicer hair than me. So
Yeah, you both have a great hair, guys. Don't be shy. But let's start with our fantastic guest we have today. So the first one is Steven from VyFi. Take it away, Steven. Thank you for being here.
No, thank you so much. Oh, wow, look at that. You've already got a whole
See?
topics of conversation set up. Did I send you this?
No, but I don't know the name of the guy, but Crypto Ilv, we were in chat from a few weeks already, and they did a lot of job for us. So,
Yeah,
we'll make it
look
happen.
at that.
He's a great guy. You need to pay him more.
Absolute legend. Look, so I'm sure I don't mean this in a rude way, but I'm sure you guys have heard of VyFi.
Yes.
So
it's one of
I'm
my
not going
favorite
to
tools.
be. Thank you. I'm not going to be going anything too crazy here. I assume you guys know the basics. I mostly just want to talk about some of the unique features that we have. And then that'll take me 5 minutes. And then after that, I actually wanted to take the opportunity that I had here to present to you the new product that we've built, which works alongside VyFi T-1. And that's going to be launched it's already on testnet, but it's going to be launched properly in about 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
So VyFi itself, we think of it, we don't just think of it, we consider it the most unique Cardano DEX. And this is really born out of the fact that we, as far as we can see, are the only DEX that have truly taken Cardano's technology and tried to figure out how to implement Cardano's technology in such a way that we maximize the user experience rather than taking Cardano's technology to try to make our DEXs look like DEXs on other blockchains. And some of the ways in which we do this, I think the classic one, which is right there at the top, is our non-custodial farming. So if you hold a liquidity pool token with us and provide liquidity, the farming is non-custodial. This then gives us the ability to now make liquidity pools with those non-custodial LP tokens. And this is what we call L2 liquidity or layer 2 liquidity pools. Now, these behave almost identically to a balancer 80-20 pool in terms of their risk profile. The only difference in the way that you think about it, though, is that it's 75-25 in its risk profile rather than 80-20, which is what it is on balancer. So what we've essentially been able to do in this circumstance is we've been able to take Cardano's technology, and without having to create a new smart contract, we've been able to essentially implement a balancer 80-20 pool using just the base tool set that Cardano provides, right? Another massive advantage here is that it really reduces the transaction load on users, because for a user to engage in farm, they don't need to deposit their LPs into a farm, remove it from a farm. They don't need to harvest farms one by one because it's all automatically rolled up. And most importantly, since we have the L2 LPs, users can actually purchase LP tokens from the front end of our DEX. And that means that as soon as the LP token arrives in their wallet, they instantly start farming, which means a user can actually go from not even needing to deposit liquidity, but just do a single trade, and they can go from a single trade to farm. So we call this one click to farm. Most recently, we brought out our transaction cart, which is something that we're super proud of. The transaction cart has taken us sort of 5-6 months to put together. We thought it was going to be a month and a half. We were like, yeah, let's do this. We'll hammer it out. Then we started and we're like, oh my God, what have we gotten ourselves into? But now it works and it's running. So just the other day, we did a transaction with 56 orders on the transaction. The 56 orders on the transaction in total took about 550 seconds, which comes out to about a little over 9 seconds per transaction, which means on average, we're actually getting through one order in half of the blockchain speed. And furthermore, the most important part is now all the blockchain fees are split between all of those transactions. So in the case of those 56, the average blockchain fee per transaction was 0.015 ADA, which means that we were able to get on the blockchain fee on a per order basis through scaling those orders in the order of less than 1 cent or 1 cent. So, yeah. So this is something that we're also super proud of. And again, uniquely implementing Cardano's EUTXO model to do something that's different to what any other DEX has done, and also provide a user easier access to be able to conduct more and more cheaply. So it's still fitting into that philosophy of trying to get Cardano's technology implemented in such a way that we make a user's experience easier, someone's life better and cheaper, and at the same time, we're able to creatively create new products. Creatively creates a bit of a redundant statement, but we'll go with it. So that's pretty much VyFi. In a nutshell. We also, by the way, have the first distributive mechanism on Cardano that's built into all of our smart contracts. You know, that doesn't exist on any other DEX, particularly not built into the system. So we're automatically buying back VyFi from the market based on our volume, which recently has been really good. Our bar has been doing incredibly well. It's sitting at almost
Yes, fantastic. And I have a couple of questions, actually.
Please.
The first is about T-1. Do you also are part of the offering the service for creating the coins and all the fantastic thing you already told us? Do you also plan to have like a consultancy for creating tokenomics and drive people better in the kind of business? Because that's one
I
of the
already
other
have. I already have a consultancy creating tokenomics.
Okay.
And I work with a lot of projects. So yes, it would be silly for me not to extend that that consultancy that I already run into an adjacent service alongside the system, right? What we really want, and I guess I should say this is where most of this entire idea comes from. I think I've advised around about 12 projects or so in the Cardano space now. I helped build Kopi's tokenomics. I helped build Noom's tokenomics. I tried to help fix Drip Drop's tokenomics, but yeah, they're rough. But I've worked with a lot of people, and all of them face the same series of problems, right? Like all of them have the same set of questions, which is, how many tokens do I mint? What do I do with my liquidity? How do I manage that liquidity? How do I manage an airdrop? How do I manage competitions and rewards? And what rate do I inflate my token? They're your core questions, right? One of the main reasons why I want to build this system is because I want to create something that can essentially allow me to automate my consultancy. Because I'm kind of sick of having to sit there every single time with a project to tell them the same thing. And I don't mean that rudely, because it's important information. But I also I'm also a CEO of T-1 and the CEO of VyFi at the same time, right? So what I want to be doing is I want to be creating as automated as possible a system to be walking projects through that funnel and then guiding them to products where they can pay us extra money if they want that extra service. Right?
Cool.
But by default, no. But as I said, absolutely the consultancy is involved. Yes.
Cool. Perfect. Then I have another question returning back to VyFi. It's about the shopping cart. It's something that is pretty funny because if you remember, I wrote that X post about the idea. Oh, come on, it's not possible that we don't have any system like that. And then after 2 days, you came out with the implementation. That was fantastic. So I was really impressed. I noticed one thing that it's true that you make one only one transaction. Yes, can't you hear me?
Yes.
You need to do more posts.
I do. Yes, I do. I do. I'm doing stupid posts lately, but I will try to do something like that again. But I noticed one thing that you can actually do a lot of operation in one transaction to send the command. But when you receive the tokens, you receive a different transaction for every operation you made. So if I want, is something that is a technical issue about that? It must be done like this, or you plan to make the one single transaction also for receiving?
That is actually a technical limitation of the current design of DEXs on Cardano. And the reason for that is because each liquidity pool is currently an independently held set of tokens, right? So I need to create a transaction that's being received back from each of these liquidity pools. And that physically means I'm going to separate smart contracts, right? So because they're all held on separate smart contracts, as far as I understand, you could do a secondary layer where you collect all those transactions into a smart contract that then turns it into one transaction that sends it out. But that seems like a needless expense, particularly since you get that 2 ADA that comes back with each transaction. So it's still only the batcher fee that needs to be paid.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Perfect. Then
Right.
it's okay. I have not, it's not a question because that's stupid to make it as a question. It's not something that you can control. But I was really impressed about the price action of the VyFi token. I mean, it was, I think it was incredibly beaten up. I don't know why, as do you have experienced something like short sellers? What's going on with that?
No
What
idea.
happened there?
No idea. Literally no idea. And I mean, the only thing I can say is that it's not the team. Like, the only people that haven't made money is us. So, like, I mean, the only thing I think, and again, we can only speculate because it's markets, so we don't know, is we had a very large hype cycle. When we got to 4 Cardano, 4.2, I think it
Yeah,
was.
420,
Wild.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And during that hype cycle, we got a lot of users coming to our site. I remember we had a day, and it was the day that we launched PBX, that we were getting upwards of 900 transactions in a 15-minute period. So it was something like 70 or 80 transactions a minute, which doesn't sound crazy, but on Cardano, for someone that's just launched and you've never had experience with scalability on Cardano, which is complex and difficult, we got hit really hard. So the first sort of 3-4 months, we were trying to sort of catch up on being able to handle how successful we were, how many users we had, like it was really difficult for us to keep up with it. And as a result, after the first sort of 2-3 months, we started lagging because users stopped using us because our functionality wasn't there yet. And then as a result, people started saying that we were shit. We started getting the anti-hype cycle and we started getting sold down. But now all of our functionality is there. We're just as fast as anyone else, if not faster. We're much easier to use than everyone else. And I just don't think people have realized it yet.
Yes, it's I mean it's by far my favorite DEX right now. It's really easy to use. It's fast. I find it very pretty also as an interface. So I really wonder why that doesn't change. I mean, you deserve way more than that.
Thank you.
And
Well,
also,
and just quickly, part of the whole strategy with TM1 is exactly that, right? Because we bring in large launches, and then by giving the advisory and the personalized service to the large launches, we bring portions of those or whole portions of those liquidities to the VyFi DEX to launch their liquidity, right? So we create that funnel for a project where we take them in, help them launch, help them manage their systems, and then create an easy navigable process to get that liquidity to VyFi, where we can offer all the advantages because we run both the TM1 platform and the VyFi DEX. So by doing this funnel where we're bringing in these new projects to launch their liquidity through our platform, we're hoping to get those eyes on VyFi, so then everyone starts to realize that exactly what you said, David.
thank you.
Very nice how you're sharing your experiences that it did even hit you. So I'm not happy about this, just to be clear. But
yeah,
I'm happy that you're sharing this experience and that you actually showing other founders that there is always a way, if you think smartly, to combine something, a hit or a loss, with a new business idea to foster your initial one, which I would say is maybe even, I don't know which one is the bigger idea of these both, right? The thing that you often hear as a founder is you have this once in a lifetime idea, you get it built, and then you sell it, and then you think you're still a great founder, but most are not. But what you have done here is a good pivot into something that could make it even bigger, and that I admire that. I didn't know that story. It's really cool. So because that was
Really,
my
thank you.
initial
That means a lot.
question. Sorry?
That really means a lot to hear. Thank you a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, who am I?
I can't.
Um,
You can probably see it in my eyes. I can't even tell you the amount of work I've put in it. We've been putting in, not just me, all of us these last
I
4 years.
understand, yeah.
Like it's been insane,
it's
and it'll never end. I don't intend on retiring anytime soon. So
Too young for that.
it's a hard. It's currently it's a very hard market. It's not just Cardano, to the outside world beating on Cardano and Cardano projects. I think it's even inside Cardano. That's my impression at the moment. Like projects beating each other up, then showing disinterest, right, to actually work with others or listen to others or keep things going. Sometimes it's the thing that you are overwhelmed by time, because we're all just humans. We all have our private lives, but we as a community, we as core team right now, we experience things like that at the same time, right? We have built up a big narrative, and due to the fiat world, our team is currently like literally very, very low. It's these two people that you see here, right? And we were initially 4. We're still 4, right? But 2 people are very kept up by the outside world. So we know what you're talking about, not in that big spectrum, but we both have our own projects, and Cardano
we've had that experience.
would have been actually something that is a side project for us. Well, because we love founders, we love to give back to the community what we have earned. So yeah, we feel you, and thank you for sharing your story. And I would love to have Derek ask a question, maybe, because he's maybe even more informed than we both are. I mean, David and you know each other. I've just gotten known to you, and I've got introduced you. Sonny introduced me to you. No, you to me without us having the time, having had the time to talk. But I'm really happy that you're here. Thank you.
Yeah, me too. Finally. And
thank you. Yeah, sorry, I just want to add, it just really sucks being in Australia and it being 4:30 a.m. It's just hard.
Don't worry.
And one last thing I just want to add, I'd like to just expand on that story a little bit. And I'm not saying this by any means to show off. I'm more just saying this because I think it shows the tenacity and the capacity to be able to do things when you are really passionate and believe in what you're doing. So like we at VyFi, we had a fairly successful raise. You know, we raised, I believe it was about $4 million initially. And I was really excited and caught up in the hype of the markets, of course. And I actually only sold down about a quarter, maybe 30% of everything that we raised into cash. And I kept the rest of it in Cardano. And during the entire rest of the, next 8-month cycle, over the next year, essentially all those funds, we spent that 1.2 million in building, and all of a sudden the Cardano was worth nothing. It was worth $300,000. And we had 3 months of function left, right? And I'm just like, my God, we don't even have a product left, and we've got 3 months of function left. How do I do this? What do we do? So it hit that 3 months of function left, and then I'm like, okay, people are using me for my tokenomics, so I'm going to build a tokenomics consultancy and funnel all of the income from my tokenomics consultancy to my engineers at VyFi to keep VyFi alive and growing, right? So I built a tokenomics consultancy. That tokenomics consultancy has done fairly well. It's not crazy, but it was enough to keep the engineers on board and to finish building VyFi. Now we've finished building VyFi and it has a turnover, so now we can afford to pay the engineers. That's fantastic. And now this next project is exactly that, right? As you said, is to boost all of it. So what I find really interesting, I was talking about this with just my team the other day, is that at the end of the day, I love VyFi so much, and it's such my baby that I've gone out and I've built 2 other entire businesses just to bolster and keep VyFi going.
You know what you mean.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
That if that's not love, I don't know what is.
It is, it is.
You're
Steven,
very-
thank you very much. It was fantastic. And also the way you tell the things is lovely. I hope we can have you again, maybe one time that you are in Italy so that you can have a better sleep cycle.
I would love to have a chat about coming onto the Italian X space, I guess they call it now.
Yes, I
And-
DM you on X.
Hop into
DM
us.
me.
Hop into
I
us
will.
if you aren't yet. Are you in our Discord?
Myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Jump on it, and there's the Italian channel.
Yeah.
And this is where
Go in and say good day.
Yeah.
Done. And
Derek.
I've also got a representative of mine who's Greek. So if you guys are starting up a Greek X space, I would love to have my Greek representative come in and have a chat.
Fantastic. Okay, we can tell him to get in contact with me and we'll push it into the next space.
Beautiful.
Next Monday.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much,
Thank
guys.
you again,
I'm gonna go to
Steven.
bed.
Wait, stay for 1 second, because
Oh.
I said
I
Derek.
just want to add, if I could, that I've had the honor of interviewing Steven twice on the channel as an up and coming channel, and just like I just want to also express to you, because I understand how tough it is what you're doing. I can't even imagine. And even the last time we had our interview, you were going through some personal issues that were like extremely difficult to go through. You weathered that storm. You were super professional, your whole team. We had a great interview. You basically didn't sleep the night before, woke up, did the interview, gave it all you had. It's only a matter of time, in my opinion, I consider myself like a very serious DeFi trader on a professional level. I enjoy the DEX and how you guys are pioneering what you're doing as far as all of your implementations. I'm a proud member of the bar. Yeah, I'm holding on to my VyFi and directing people to that platform because of your originality. And it's only a matter of time until billions of dollars are being traded across that DEX. I have no doubt with that as far as your hustle. And so it probably is hard because you're working in the dark, but people will see. And I think Muhammad Ali has the famous quote that championships aren't won in the arena under the lights. They're won behind the scenes in the dark where nobody's looking, paying attention, putting your blood, sweat, and tears in. So I commend you for it. I'm constantly on that DEX. I love my my positions there, my farming at the X VyFi. The staking vaults, everything is just so original and powerful. And the more and more people that get awoken to VyFi, the more people will see the brilliance in it. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for what you
guys
have
are so
going on,
nice.
Steve. Yeah.
You really make
2
me
minutes
feel
were
good.
worth
Thank
it.
you, guys.
Heck yeah, man.
2 minutes were worth it to stay up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is
But go
amazing.
get some sleep.
Thank you so much. No, I just want to say, just before I go, guys, I just want to say, yeah, thank you so much. It's really nice to hear those words. As you said, Derek, it really is flying in the dark. I think entrepreneurship as a whole is, because you have an idea, particularly in a space like Cardano where nothing has been done. You have an idea, you don't know if it's going to work, but you just go for it and find out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And some don't.
Pioneer.
Some don't. You know, we've wasted a lot of time on shit that doesn't. That's all part of it.
Yep.
All right, guys, I'm off to bed. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Steven. See you. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you
Ciao.
again.
Take care. Derek, that is
Bye.
amazing. I didn't know that. When was
Yes.
when was that? Like 2 interviews?
It's a couple months ago we did that. I think it was December, and then 3 months prior to that, we did our first interview. Back when I only had like 100 or 200 subscribers. So it was wonderful. But I've been interested in VyFinance for a very long time, and just am excited. You know, just the governance process, everything that they're building. I like there's layer 2 LP token scheme. I mean, they're really blazing the trail and doing things, following up from what he said, different than most of the AMM style DEXs that you see that sort of took what we were looking at as far as like what was going on in the Ethereum space. And with the Cardano UTXO model, different than that account-based model, there's so much more power that we could leverage as far as building a DEX. And I think VyFi is one of those pioneers.
Nice.
Indeed. But yeah, that's good, because now it's your space, Derek. I'm so happy to have you here, because I was telling to the guys before, I met your channel by chance. I mean, YouTube suggested it, means your content. I was really impressed about the quality of your work and about how passionate you are when discussing things Cardano related. So I really want this guy on our town hall, and I really think that you are doing an incredible job. So please explain us what pushed you to make this, to launch your channel, and what are your plans for the future?
Oh, well, thank you so much. It really feels good to hear that also, because like not on the same level, but at that same level, I'm a serial entrepreneur. And when you're building things and you know, you have a team, it's me and my wife primarily right now, and you're doing a lot of things in the dark. And so to stay motivated and to launch and to continue when there's not a lot of traffic it's the passion behind what it is that we do. And so at Cryptofluency, see, back in 2012, when I was introduced to blockchain technology, Bitcoin, there was so much for me to understand, and the gap was too big that I didn't take advantage of what it was for 5 years, and just spent my time trying to understand, trying to research. Was reintroduced to blockchain technology back in 2017, and that's when I dove in, found Cardano right at the beginning of 2018, and basically the rest was history as far as the layer one of that I feel like is going to win the smart contract game. There's so many things I can say about it, and that's why I put the channel out. It's very unnatural for me to do the channel. It is difficult to do the videos, but I have such a passion to want to help educate people. And in this space, it's a new language. There's so many different terms, just like blockchain, cryptocurrencies, decentralized finance, decentralization in general. When I'm out and about talking to people at events or parties here and there, no one knows what any of this means. And so Cryptofluency was born to help the regular end user to translate that knowledge and make that complex knowledge made simple. And that's kind of our ethos at Cryptofluency. So I'm not a developer. I don't have no developer experience. I'm trying my hardest to actually collaborate with somebody who wants to help me start a stake pool operation. So I'm a complete average person that has a knack for opportunity. And so I'm more on the participation. Like what I do as far as my full-time job is I manage my own portfolio. I am actively trading on all of the DEXs pretty much in the Cardano ecosystem. I'm loving enjoying LendFi right now and liquid finance on the lending and borrowing side. And so I'm always taking myself to the next level and introducing new projects on the channel that I feel like have really gone through a lot of work to help pioneer the Cardano space. So it's fun.
Yeah, cool, very nice.
Just to take off this burden, starting a stake pool is not really hard.
I know.
You don't even have to be a developer. It helps. It helps you know the command line. There are different tools that you can use to basically just click yourself through, and you could even say you can make it in a pure copy paste manner. It just gets tricky if there's something that you don't know, then you need to dig a little bit more. I prefer using the command line, but that's because this is actually some of the focus that I'm onto. But if you're not in that direction, there's good operators, the tools you can use, and are really easy to use, and it's a fair model that you can use, right? So
Yeah.
it's not that hard at all, and usually the operators are really helpful. You can jump into the IOG channel. There is one channel that I found really helpful is the channel of Alex and ASEC. So he's
Okay.
on the security side. There you have
Write that down.
people and ASEC. You have people from you have people like George from Apex Pool. You have Homer. You have Dan Top, and
Marcus himself.
yeah, but these are guys. These guys are way longer in the system. So, and they are more active in the channel. I'm basically lurking and sometimes commenting, but that's it. So it's easy to get in there, and they're really helpful and kind guys. Yeah, a bit cocky, right? Like that you see a lot of sarcasm between the SPOs. That's just situation based, I think. So yeah, don't fret, just do it. And if you're wondering about the cost, it depends what kind of host you choose. It's somewhere, if you go with a basic setup, that's one stake pool and 2 relays, then you have roughly $120 per node that are running through every month, and then it's up to you. You have way cheaper hosts that you can use, or you could use it from home. But then what happens if you have an outage? Then that's going away. We don't have outages here in Europe so much, but from what I know in the US, this is not uncommon. So I would prefer always a hosting provider to do that. Not necessarily Amazon, but maybe some others, right? I like Linode, for example, which has been owned by Akamai now, which are pretty good at security things.
Yeah.
So that's my recommendation. If you and write down CoinCashew, for example, or the guild operators, these are good guides to get started. And also there's a stake pool operator guide from IOG on YouTube, which is awesome.
I will suggest to join the Discord channels of those operators, because actually the documentation is not that easy to find. There are a few guys here and there, but it's not that easy. And I've been a system engineer for more than 25 years, so I am very confident with the command line, with the Unix systems. But to me, it was a little bit difficult to start because of this lack of documentation. So if you can join one of those channels and ask there to somebody, then things become immediately easier.
What we could do is we could create a little list as well, but
we should create some documentation, Marcus. We should do something as a workshop of the European community.
I pulled in already in our repository the Cardano node, but if you go on is it dev or developers.cardano.org?
Yeah.
And there's operating a stake pool, and there below you find the first links, because I don't think we have it done by tomorrow. But yeah, it's on the list, and yeah, feel welcome to join
That'd
us.
be very helpful. Yeah,
right.
If you
feel welcome anytime.
I found it extremely easier to set up using the containers, Docker containers. IOG publish official images for Docker containers, so it removes all the hassle to compile and install the nodes by yourself. That takes a lot of time.
Yeah, if you download, if you don't use the containers, don't use the compiled version, because it will never work.
Yeah.
It's like what we are talking about is there's a file that the Cardano node file, either you unpack it and let it blow up, let's say develop itself on your server, or you download the already unpacked version that is functioning, right? And if you download that one on your server, it does not necessarily work all the time, or you have to replay everything. And so, but it depends
geez.
probably on the system. That's where Davide has much more experience than I am to be able to explain that part. Yeah,
Nice.
but so your wife and you are working on a platform, or what is
Yes.
it that you're working on?
Yes. So Cryptofluency is a project we started in 2022 to help the average person get into Web3. Most people I talk to that are in the industry, because I'm so nestled into it and I'm so into the system, it's hard for me sometimes to recognize that most people like have no clue what a wallet is. There's a lot of fear about cryptocurrency, as far as I can see when in the circles that I talk to. The FTX debacle, these kinds of things have put a black eye into the space. And so Cryptofluency was designed to help onboard people into the Web3 space and then articulate why Cardano is the selection, or a worthy project, a worthy layer one to consider in your journey into Web3. I mean, my portfolio in 2017 was extremely diversified into Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these tokens, and I didn't really understand wallets at that time, and security became a huge issue for me. And then I discovered Daedalus, the Daedalus wallet, and that really made a lot of sense to me. I didn't care. It took two days to download. Um, I was very happy when, reading the documents, like you said, and just reading all of the, as many of the IOG papers as I possibly could during that time. And Daedalus really helped me with the security of it. And I knew that features like Lace Wallet and, and the Shelly and the Alonzo and Mary and Vasa, all these hard forks were going to come down the line in the roadmap. And so it was really, at that time, there was nobody teaching me or helping me understand this. And everybody, in fact, at that time, who I was talking to cryptocurrency, they thought I was crazy for considering migrating my Bitcoin and some of my Ethereum, all of my ERC20 tokens into the Cardano, right? This quote unquote ghost chain. And I didn't see it that way. And now those same people are coming around back to me years later, making those same decisions. They're like, wow, okay, and so Cryptofluency is there to kind of help people wrap their mind around Web3, get into the game already, get into this massive disruption that's happening. That's whether or not you get into it or not, it's coming. And so I'm passionate about helping people discover the opportunity that the blockchain technology wave of disruption can present to individuals, but then also where I find the most security, scalability, and interoperability. I'm in the US, right? So there is a lot of limitations here in our country right now. And I think there's a lot of suppression going on as far as cryptocurrency and blockchain. And it is only a matter of time until we start coming around as a country for full adoption. And by that time, the opportunity could be lost. And so I've developed a group of people, starting out with my friends and family, and then I have scaled that into just several others through the channel and through what I do on a ground level here around where I live in the Philadelphia area. And so we have a member group. We have several different member groups where I put out weekly write-ups, almost like weekly newsletter reports about things that are going on in the Cardano ecosystem. I take a lot of passion in involving myself, for instance, in the Palm ISPO right now. I'm also in the Matera ISPO. I've done the Meld ISPO, the Smart Places. So I really understand the power of your participation. And that's how I feel like my contribution to the Cardano ecosystem is overall. Because I can't contribute from a developer standpoint. So I can contribute with my participation. And just the other month, actually 3 months ago, I was introduced to this woman, Mary Ellen. Her husband, she's like 50 years old. Her husband, unfortunately, passed away through COVID in a way where they weren't really able to, in the hospital, even communicate with each other. So it was an extremely difficult situation for her. And I was introduced to her by one of my friends who's actually a partner at Deloitte, because he knows I'm into the cryptocurrency space. Her husband, over a 2-year period, was investing in all kinds of cryptocurrencies. And she really didn't have any idea what he was investing in. And so she came to my friend kind of pleading for help on how she can retrieve his cryptocurrencies, and to wrap her mind around what it was, because he had put a significant amount of money into it. And he put me in contact with her. And so I sat down with her, and she was desperate. She thought that it was a complete lost cause, because they couldn't speak to each other through voice communication during his final days. She texted him, well, what do I do about the cryptocurrency? And actually, the last text that she showed me the last text exchange that they had. He told her, don't worry about the cryptocurrencies, because they didn't know he was going to pass away through the COVID time. Well, 2 years later, after he passes away, she just considered it this lost cause. We meet, I sit down with her, and come to find out, he's got like all the cryptocurrencies on all these exchanges. And I sent her on a mission to try to locate his documents, his keys, his passwords. And so over the course of a month, we retrieved 99.9% of all of his cryptocurrencies on all these different exchanges that I'm not even familiar with, but I learned, and then consolidated all that into Cardano. She had the choice. Consolidate. She chose to want to follow my lead. We consolidated everything into Cardano and over into a Nami wallet. And she also now just has a Lace wallet. And she feels so excited and happy about that, to the point where she's just throwing me people left and right to help with this, to help with this opportunity. And so part of what I do is I actually consult with people who want to understand how to get involved in this opportunity with someone they can trust. So that was a really powerful experience for me that gave me a lot of purpose in helping people understand the blockchain space. Yeah.
You were actually responsible for the November push?
Maybe, right? It was funny because as soon as she consolidated everything to ADA. Yeah, I mean, she was like, wow, she's looking at the Nami wallet populate. She's like, and now I just had a meeting with her last week, and I said, well, there's some other token projects, that you might be interested in. And so, most people, what they want to do is give me $5,000. They want to give me their money and say, please just invest it for me. And my response back is, it's the whole teach a person to fish mentality. Like if they can learn, because if I can learn, they can learn. And the more that they understand, the more that they learn, the more that they understand that they can do it themselves. So the blockchain space is so empowering. The Cardano community is even more empowering. And in this world filled with all this negative, sentiment and unenthusiastic news all the time, I find that the Cardano space is so pleasurable to be a part of. And I'm learning new things every single day. And so just like I heard you guys say, I want to give back to what I've found to be valuable. The 2021 Cardano Summit that I went to in Wyoming there, I remember there was a panel and they said, look, this was before the release of the Cardano native tokens. And they were like, if you've gotten some value out of Cardano in your life so far, consider recycling that value back. And that's really what set me on the path to create Cryptofluency, take it serious. My wife right now, we're working on integrating a way to accept wallets on the on our website and in with Cardano Press, and we're working with Pete from Learn Cardano. He's like helping us with things like that, and we're eventually wanting to mint our own token and create our own stake pool. And so we have a lot to understand and learn, and we have a long roadmap down the road, and putting these videos out there and helping as many people as we can evangelize the Cardano opportunity.
Ask
Nice.
another question before we can discover the last project for today. Because you have a great narrative. I've never been to a summit before because I'm not much. It might seems like, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not much of a people's person of going out there, and when I'm with people, I'm getting home, I'm exhausted, right? That's me. And but how do you, or how would you describe such a summit? Why is it better to be there? Just, I mean, of course, you have the general thing of looking at people, looking in their eye, feeling the presence, etc. But what else? What else is there that is so intriguing to be on the summit?
That's a great question. I'm glad you've given me an opportunity to even think and talk about that, because I'm sort of like that as well, like you. I'm not that much into going out to big events. It does take a lot out of me, and it does take a lot out of you in the sense that when you get home, you feel exhausted. So it was a little bit of a last minute push for me to go. I actually got in my truck and drove across the entire country to get there. So that was an experience in itself. But when I got there, I was so enamored and surprised by what I began to see. I met the Rare Evo team. I met dozens of stake pool operators that were just so like open with their communication and sharing of their knowledge. I met the entire Sunday Swap team, asked them a lot of questions. I'm like walking over here, just on the sidelines, all of a sudden Charles Hoskins comes out, and I was one of the first in line to just where I was. I was able to get a nice picture with him and had a little bit of an exchange and with the man himself. Ben Gortzel was another one, and the whole AI team, and to see those people there. They also announced the partnership with Cody for Jed. That let me understand. It took me down that rabbit hole. I remember going to the hotel that night thinking, what is going on here? And it was just so exciting. The amount of people, the amount of camaraderie, the culture, it was extremely powerful. And I'm so glad that I made that kind of last minute trip to go to the events, where you just learn so much with all the different panels and the announcements, and you can't beat that, right? I mean, I love this what you guys are doing here is fantastic, and it's growing, and so I'm honored to be a part of this. And I could see you guys being at the event, hosting something like this right there inside the building somewhere, to share your stuff even more. And so, yeah, no, we've missed Switzerland, we missed Dubai, just because of like personal logistical reasons, but we're dedicated to go to the next summit. I think it might be in Dubai again, so it'll be really hot. But I want to make a point to try to go to every single one of those events, not to mention Rare Evo and NFT XLV and some of the other ones that are also kind of forming.
Thank you.
Thank you, Derek. Fantastic.
I might have
thank you.
to do it, right? Getting my ABC thing, antivirus.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
So I just got a message from Boaz that we have Dan. Is it Dan? You're doing the Adaexchange?
Yeah, sure. I'm just here.
Wonderful. Do you want to
Sorry
come
for
on?
the late. We took a little bit more time
No,
than
it's
usual.
okay. It was nice to hear you guys. It was very nice. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. First of all, thank you for giving us this opportunity to present our project.
Is it possible for you to hop on the screen? Is that possible? Or
To share my screen.
no, to
turn
see
on the
you.
camera.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let me turn on my camera. Yeah. Can you see me? No.
No.
Not yet.
It's kind of disabled. I don't know why. Let me see what happened.
I cannot enable it for you though, but wait, I can ask. Maybe that works.
Yeah.
The space.
I think it's from my computer configuration. I disable it.
Ah.
Yeah, sorry for that.
No problem. You send
I'm
us a picture.
I'm using a desktop, so I'm not using my computer. Right.
Okay, I'm just gonna move my mouth so people think that.
Let me try it if it's it works.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there you are.
Can you see me?
Yeah,
Yes, we can. Thank you.
I cannot even see myself in the screen. Let me see.
You're looking great.
We can see you, yeah.
Okay, nice. So I'm gonna present Adaex.
Yes, please.
Adaex is a DEX on Cardano, which allow users to exchange their ADA currency to local currency in Africa. Why do we build this software? Because we joined Cardano on 2021, 21st, yeah. And every time when we receive ADA, it was really difficult for us to use that ADA. And we found out that it was a global problem in Africa. For example, in DRC, we don't even use Binance to exchange. Binance is not allowed in Africa, in DRC especially. Here in Kenya, yes, but for Cardano, people are not. And they don't really use Binance to exchange. So what we were doing, it like sometimes you call your friend like, can you help me to exchange this ADA? And he sent me ADA. I sent him some money in mobile phone. So we're gonna talk about ADA here and mobile money in Africa. So mobile money in Africa, it's kind of a digital asset which allow users here in Africa to do everything. Every financial transaction, like paying bill, sending money, keeping money in their phone. So it's easy. The problem with first, more than 66% of adults in sub-Saharan Africa doesn't have bank account. And the transaction fees is also high, really high. It can even go up to 8.9% for a transaction. And also an international bank transfer will arrive within 1 to 5 working days. So it's really long. For someone from out of Africa to send money in Africa, it can take even 4 days. It's really, really long. So that's why we decide to build a DEX which will allow users to exchange directly either to mobile money, in the mobile phone directly. So Adaex, in one sentence, is like an app that aims to bridge a gap between USD, I can say Africa local currency, and ADA cryptocurrency. Why Adaex? So it will be easy to use if you've tested Adaex in testnet. It's really easy to use for everyone. So you'll only connect your wallet and you'll be able to exchange. So it will be easy to use, and it will match with African use and need. Why? Because it integrates cryptocurrency to mobile phone directly without anyone between that platform. So someone can come in that platform, exchange their ADA directly, get money in their mobile phone directly without looking for a place to take that money. He get directly that money in their mobile phone. And the last one is about about transaction fees. It will also be cheaper than bank transfer, and also it will take less time than bank transfer. Like for all our transaction takes maximum 2 minutes to be completed from ADA to mobile money to arrive in the mobile money phone. So our target market is African. 50% of our target market is African who receive ADA and want to convert their ADA to usage purpose. And 30% will be for diaspora who want to send money from other continent to Africa. And the 15% will be for individual incomes. Will also allow, because it will be a DEX, so it will be a decentralized exchange, will allow people in Africa or out of Africa to put their money in our main wallet. So they will, once there is an exchange, they can get some incomes from the main wallet. And also, we also sell ADA. So the 5%. And the market opportunity is really big because we've noticed that in 2021, over than 1.2 billion registered account has more than 300 million monthly active accounts in Africa. So people are really use mobile money, and there is more than 100,000 billion transaction from other continents to Africa. So many people send money from out of Africa to Africa. As we said, we'll make the transaction fees really low, so it will not go up to up to 3.6% for the whole transaction, and it's really less than traditional bank account. And there is a tokenomics on our website. I can't go through that because it will take long, but I don't know if I'm allowed to share my screen so I can do a short demo.
We've done it today, so we do this. But while I open that for you, I have to say I confirm it. I've had exactly the same the same experience that when I was working with midwives in where is Clean to Green? We're Clean to Green in Africa, and I sent them ADA as a gratification.
Malawi
yes.
with PIC.
Yes, Pike, exactly. I sent them ADA, and they said, "Thank you, but how can we transfer that to our local currency?" And so the only way I could push them into that direction is to implement Simple Swap on our website, so that they can transfer it ADA for Stellar XLM, and then cash out to MoneyGram or so, right? Which they actually didn't want to, but that was the best way to do it back then. So with Adaexchange, this is really a use case. This is really something that would work.
Exactly.
It hits a point.
Very nice. Very nice. Very cool. I think it's one of the projects that is really needed.
Yeah.
Fantastic idea, and I'm glad that you get funded in Catalyst, really.
How do project? What do you want projects to do, or ecosystem participants to do? How can they contact you and join your app and ask for integration opportunities, or is there a documentation already out there?
Yeah, you can mail us. We also have a contact on our website, but if you mail us on contact adax.app, you will get your mail.
Cool.
Or you can just text us from the website. The website is only adax.app, just here. And you'll get everything about us. You can even, the company is Up to Date Developers. The main company, I'm the CEO of Up to Date Developers. So this is the project of Up to Date Developers. You can also contact us on Up to Date Developers. It's also, yeah, okay. Any of them, contact from Adaex or from Up to Date Developers, we will receive we can discuss, yeah.
Cool. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan.
Derek, do you have a question?
So we are here with Boaz. I don't know if he has a question. He has something to add, or Boaz, are you there?
Of course, yeah. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you to this opportunity for this. Can you hear me? For this opportunity, and maybe what I can require, because we are looking for more experiences, we can ask people to test if possible. So we are collecting feedback to see if we can improve our DApp for Cardano community in general and Africa community in particular. Thank you.
One way would be also join our Discord. We have a project section there where you can also use Derek if you want to. You can create your own item, ask for feedback there. We will direct the users there, right? We will help you with that.
Hit the link, please.
Yeah, it's
nice.
On
I think I'm in your Discord. Yeah.
Yeah, ping us, and then I do that. I share the link to the Discord.
Okay.
You know that when I see dodge me down if you like to, but when I see your logo, I see the Amazon smile.
Yes. we saw it. Someone else told me that in Cardano Summit last year. Yeah, he said it like a two Amazon like, but in opposite side.
In a positive one. Did you try to put the smile into the A of the ADA?
Not yet. It's a good idea. Yeah, I'll talk to my designer to see. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Sorry, I don't want to be rude. I mean.
Yeah, I understand, because you are not the first one who told me about that. But someone else told me about that in Cardano Summit last year in Dubai.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That was amazing. That was a long one today, but that was so amazing. And this is what I love about the Fireside Chats. It's sometimes they're very straightforward, just presentations, but usually you get the questions and then you get the conversation going, and then you start to learn about the founders, and that's the most interesting part. What's been your main challenge on this one, Dan?
Yes, the challenge was about integrating countries. So we start by here in Kenya. So it was really difficult to incorporate the project here in Kenya. But and then after 1 year, we found an aggregator which allow us to incorporate 14 countries at the same time. So he just takes our document from DRC and allow us to use with the same document everywhere in those 14 countries. So we use only one aggregator to dispatch money in 14 countries at the same time. Yeah, that was the main challenge, and the other challenge was technical, but technical we can still fix it. Yeah.
For other founders to learn from your experience, how did you approach this? How did you get out there? Because usually founders have like the fear of, hey, my idea might get stolen. Usually you say then, yeah, but two founders having the same idea are executing differently. But the aggregator that you're talking about, I would just assume they have quite a lot of money backing. So now you're coming as a little project and say, hey, I have this idea. Did you feel awkward doing this, or were you fearful doing this, or would you say just, oh, just try it? What was your approach there?
Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur since 2019. So I used to do it. I used to approach people to talk about project. I used to do it. So with Adaex, it was the same. Like I started and I say, let's do it.
Beautiful. And even approaching the aggregator, just going out there and
aggregator. So they refused twice, even twice, I think. They refused, and we meet in South Africa with the CTO, I think, and I show him the potential of the app. I said that today maybe I'm really a small project, but with the number of transactions I'll be making, it will maybe be a big project in Africa. So the guy went and talked to the CEO, and we have a call together, and yeah, finally.
Congratulations.
Really,
yeah,
fantastic.
That's what Derek meant. The personal contact there, probably was the game changer.
Okay, fantastic, guys. It was an amazing event, as usual, very long. We don't usually stay under an hour. This time we almost double it, but it was really interesting. Dan, thank you very much for your presentation. Derek, thank you for having participated.
Thank you.
It was a really pleasure having you guys, and I hope maybe you can do that again in the future. We have regular town halls every 2 weeks. We probably just keep one in the 25th because of the Barcelona event, but we need to see about that.
Nice.
Yeah, and there's two things I'd like to add. We are going more and more transparent with our GitHub, so look at our roadmap and help us. If you are open to host spaces, maybe virtual, maybe in live events, helping us building the blueprints for the community, feel invited, don't be shy, hop on there. And then maybe you want to get in contact with Derek. I think he seemed to be interested. Maybe you can get an interview. I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking for him, but maybe that's
definitely.
Yeah.
Actually, like one of the primary motivators for me getting into the Cardano ecosystem in the very beginning was the work that was going on in Africa. In fact, it was one of the things that really helped me articulate Cardano as far as not just being something that I wanted to involve myself in to, as like a livelihood, but it was the meaning behind that. And so it's very exciting what you have going on there. I think that there's a massive potential, and for sure, I'd definitely be down to do an interview. I loved your little demonstration. I love how simple it was. I think that a lot of what you're professing is it essentially like leapfrogging of technology in Africa there, and I wish you all the best. So for sure, we'll connect.
Thank you very much. I've texted my email on chat. Thank you.
I'm copying it right now. Thanks, man. Excellent.
Accomplished.
Yep.
Very, very nice. Okay, Derek, we stay in touch. We have each other emails, so we can do other things in the future. It would be amazing to have you again.
Absolutely. 100%.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Everybody.
See you.
And see you in 2 weeks, guys. Bye.
All right. Grazie.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.